Yo, what's up, beautiful and lovely people? It's your boy, it's your homie, Lil Cash, and I'm back again with another video, another review, and another reaction. Oh, I'm back with a Filipino video. Hey, yo, and today we're gonna react to it's Philippines' 10 scariest mythical monsters. Wow, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be fun, yo. It's a scary Saturday, yeah. So chill out, guys, and be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on my IG and Twitter. Link is in the description. So, yo, let's get started.
Top 10 Scariest Mythical Filipino Monsters.
Wow.
Now, before we start, it should be mentioned that this video was requested by quite a lot of our Filipino viewers. So we've kept your requests, and we'd like to thank all the regular viewers for your continuous support and love. So the Philippines is an archipelago in Southeast Asia of more than 7,000 islands located between the Philippine Sea and the South China Sea.
Wow.
At the very eastern edge of Asia.
Yo, like, I know there are a lot of islands in the Philippines, but 7,000? Wow, it's not 700. 7,000. It's a lot.
Over 100 ethnic groups, a mixture of foreign influences, and a fusion of culture and arts have enhanced the uniqueness of the Filipino identity and the wonder that is the Philippines. However, did you know that beyond the scenic beaches of this country lies a land which is home to many mythical creatures and monsters?
It could be.
There are more than 140 ethnic groups in the Philippines, and each ethnic group has their own unique set of belief systems, which includes belief in various mythical creatures. Due to this, there have been around 500 recorded different mythical creatures in Philippine mythology, each belonging to specific belief systems of certain
Looks like the
people.
Marvel superheroes,
And today, we've compiled a list of 10 such mythical monsters.
I can't wait.
And also, these are the scariest ones out there. So, you've been warned.
I feel mythical creatures of Philippines because I reacted to one video.
Aswang. Wow. Probably the most common of Filipino monsters, since there are so many different kinds. The Aswangs are generally shapeshifters who are human by day, and then at night turn into a dog, a pig, a bat, a cat, snake. It could be any animal, actually, depending on the regional lore. Aswangs are believed to break into funeral homes and steal recent corpses, and are known to enter the homes to drink human blood, and can turn people into Aswang by tricking the human to bite them in return.
Yo, the Aswang. I like his name, Aswang. Wow. But it sounds a little scary too, Aswang. And of course, it's like he's the combination of the wolf, because when the moon is full, so man turns into the wolf, and the vampire, if a vampire bites you or starts sucking your blood, so he will turn you, into a vampire as well. So the same thing I see here too. He's a human during daytime, then turns into a dog, snake, stuff like that. That's scary. My God, man. Especially his face.
Now, does this ring any bells, or is it just us? Does this sound pretty familiar to the pop culture vampire fantasies?
Exactly.
Well, vampiric creatures have appeared in almost every culture, so we're not surprising of hearing one from the Philippines as well. Now, coming back to the Aswang, they're especially hungry for human fetus. So, some of the more suspicious stories include neighborhood patrols set up in front of homes of pregnant women to protect her from wandering stray animals in case they're Aswang in disguise.
I've heard about that creature.
Number 9. Metroculin. Metroculin is one of many Filipino creatures who attack pregnant women. Now, we're only 2 monsters in, and I can already see a pattern of how these beings are believed to be associated with pregnant women. Some adaptations of the story suggest that this particular creature first impregnates a virgin before coming back later to kill the woman and eat the fetus. Although other stories say that both the mother and baby are eaten. Some stories also claim that the woman is not a virgin, but rather married and already pregnant. But that's a discussion for another topic, since we're only focusing on the metraculin today. Number 8.
Metraculin.
Capre.
I have heard about this
What's
one.
scarier than secondhand smoke
Capre.
and the increased risk of getting cancer? Seeing that smoke come from a capre. Capre are mostly depicted as hairy giants with glowing eyes and a cigar that never burns out. They can usually be found sitting atop of trees waiting for nightfall to scare naughty children who stay out of their homes late at night. The capre is pretty unique even among Filipino monsters because, unlike most of the other monsters, he doesn't steal fetuses, eat people, or cut them up. The capre simply enjoys scaring children. Some stories claim that they're actually very friendly beings who can grant wishes if you find their magical white stone.
Wow.
One can assume a capre is nearby when trees sway while there's no breeze, or you see a faint smoke from high above, probably from the capre's cigar.
You know, I've heard about this before. The Capre. I think in Japan they also have same thing. You know, just says Capre or Capra. I don't remember. But yeah, like the Capre, it's like he's not dangerous. You know, he's just there to scare the little kids and sitting on the tree. I think when I was a little kid, I heard some stories like that. When you're going to a place and nobody's there, so just be aware. Maybe there's someone, on trees watching you, just like the predator. That was scary that time. And yeah, my grandpa and my dad, he used to tell me a lot of scary stories about that. Yeah.
Number 7. Duende.
Duende, I know
Goblin,
this
elf,
one.
dwarf.
Duende, yeah.
Duende are tiny human-like creatures that live underground. Now, there are two main types of duende. The duende puti, who are supposedly kind creatures who bring about good luck, and the duende atim, who are mean folk that like to play pranks on humans.
Wow.
They generally keep to themselves and only interact with humans when their homes are disturbed. Duende becomes scary only if someone will destroy their home and punish the culprit with a myriad of ailments, such as swelling or vomiting. Hence the phrase tabi tabi po is usually used to pay respect to their
I
presence.
know this one, Tabi Tabi Po, which means excuse me, something like that. Because I reacted on a video before. It was also about the mythical creatures in Philippines. So there was something like Tabi Tabi Po, which means excuse me, something like that. And Duende, yeah, it's like the goblin. I think he's not scary too. I mean, it's just fine if you aren't going to hurt him or bring any harm to him, then he's fine with you as well. You know what I mean?
Number 6. Tianic.
Tianic.
The Tianic,
Looks like
or
a little
demon babies,
baby.
are mythical creatures
Ah,
that
the
imitate the
demon
form of a
baby.
newborn baby. It's similar to sirens of the Greek mythology that lures its prey with its voice. To attract unwary travelers, it
I
cries like
forgot
a
his name,
newborn child,
Dianic.
and when picked up, it reverts to its original form and attacks the victim.
Wow.
The Tianic is depicted to abduct children and makes travelers lose their way. Other stories claim that the person eventually finds a baby in the middle of the woods. When it's picked up, the baby then shapeshifts into a monster with large, sharp teeth.
Oh my
It
God.
then eats the person and transforms back to a baby
Damn.
to await its next victim. With either version, the story ends with, "and was never found again." Now, that's scary. Number 5. Sigmund. Depending on region and storyteller,
Sigmund.
the Sigmund
It looks
resembles
like
either a
Beethoven.
hornless goat, a reptilian crow, or something vaguely along the lines of a chupacabra. The Sigmund is said to come out at night to suck the...
Yo, I know about the chupacabra, yeah. Chupacabra, I know. I know. How can I forget chupacabra? I read a few stories about the chupacabra. The chupacabra, it also comes during nighttime. If you're like, if you have a farm, you got the sheeps, like the animals there, the domestic animals. The chupacabra eats them. What was his name? I forgot his name. Zibigin, something like that. It looks like
lot
it.
of victims from their shadows. It's said to walk backwards with its head lowered between its hind legs and to have the ability to become invisible to other creatures, especially humans. It resembles a hornless goat but has very large ears,
Yeah, see?
which it can clamp like a pair of hands, and a long, flexible tail that can be
He
used
looks
as a
like
whip.
Bethamin too, because I
Most
watched the
stories and
movie.
sightings originate from
What
the
was the
sequel
name?
creature.
Something like
Number
that. There
4.
was the
Tikbalang.
Tigbalang.
Tikbalang, demon horse, is described as a mythical being that has a horse's head and the body of a
Tigbalang.
human, but with the feet of a horse. They're believed to lurk in the mountains and forest of the Philippines. In northern regions, the tikbalang is considered a nuisance but generally harmless. They enjoy disorienting weary travelers and making them imagine things that don't exist. The stories of tikbalang from southern regions paint the creature as a much more sinister monster. He has glowing red eyes, a large cigar, and smells of the stench of burning hair.
I feel
When
like, yo,
angered,
you know what I
which
mean? Like the Tigbalang. He doesn't look like any monster, or he's not scary. Maybe he is, but it looks like a superhero, you know what I'm saying, guys? Maybe Marvel can introduce him as a superhero because he's harmless.
he does easily, the tikbalang will stamp you to death. Number 3. Kumakatok.
Kumakatok.
In the middle of the night, a knock will sound on the door, and outside are 3 hooded figures. One, a pretty young woman, and 2 elderly men. The Kumakatok, the tag-along term, which is knock, is said to be a group of 3 robed figures believed by many in the Philippines to knock on doors in the middle of the night. Legend has it that a visit from them is an omen that someone in the family will soon die. There are no paintings or hangings that can keep them at bay. Leaving the door unanswered doesn't help either. They simply knock and leave, and then someone would still die shortly thereafter.
Wow.
Residences of Luzon and Visayas at one time painted white crosses on their doors to ward off the Kumakatok.
Kumakatok.
Number 2.
Wow.
Betibat.
You know, like the Kumakatok. I don't know, when he started explaining about the Kumakatok, I just got the goosebumps, really. Like, that was scary. Just imagine you're sleeping in the middle of the night, someone is knocking your door, and it's Kumakatok. I'm sorry, for mispronunciation. I'm sorry. Kumakatok, yeah. That's worse. Like, it's like somebody's going to die, but it's all mythical, like it's not real. Because, like, where I'm living, and we also have, some stories like that. A lot of stories, actually. But I don't believe in it. It's just that our parents or the grandparents, they used to tell us these stories, just for fun.
So the second scariest monster from the land of the
Batibat.
Philippines is the Betibat.
Batibat.
This mythical creature is a vengeful demon, and it's blamed as the cause of the fatal nocturnal disease known as
He got
Bengal.
the thrones.
A
Wow.
Batibat takes the form of a huge, old, fat woman that resides in trees. They usually come in contact with humans when the tree that they reside in is filled and made into a support post for a house. This causes them to migrate into holes found in the post. The Batibat forbids humans from sleeping near its post. When a person does sleep near it, the Batibat transforms into its true form and attacks that person. It sits upon the chest of its victim until he suffocates. Number 1. Manananggal. The Manananggal is the most famous variation of the aswang.
It's half human, half
interchangeably.
Demon.
Half pair of normal lady legs and half winged flying nightmare fodder.
Yeah.
The Manananggal is possibly one of the scariest monsters in Filipino culture, as it actively hunts for food and looks fearsome. It has a taste for the hearts of the unborn, but it's been portrayed, especially in movies, to hunt and feed on adults. These creatures generally take on the form of a beautiful woman with large, leathery bat wings. The lower half of her body takes root to the ground, while the upper part detaches as she flies in search of food. The Manananggal is another monster similar to a vampiric entity, although a few more notches malevolent and scarier, and takes the top spot in our list today.
Manananggal.
We hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah,
If
I
you want
really
to keep
enjoyed
watching
it.
more videos like these,
That was amazing, and like it was scary, but at the same time it was fun because I really love watching the horror stuff, horror movies, scary stories. Like you can say I watch a lot of horror videos too, you know. And just like he talked about all these mythical creatures, the mythical monsters. Where I'm living, we also have a lot of things like that. Few of them are really so similar. We do have a snowfall here. So when I was a kid, my grandpa he used to tell me a story that when it's snowing, somebody will knock your door. Don't open it, and she's also going to call your name 3 times. Just ignore it, because if you're gonna open that door, she's gonna take you. She's gonna like eat you or kill you. And I was like so scared that time. I used to be with my dad or my mom. It was like I don't want to live, like be alone in the room. Maybe she'll come and knock my door. And I used to think about it like the whole night. That was so scary. Right now, it's just that I enjoyed it actually. I mean, like right now, I'm not scared actually. I don't feel scary. I don't feel like these things do exist. Maybe they are, but I'm not sure. Maybe. That's what like few people, they keep telling us the story. And they say it's not just a story, it already happened. I don't know. You decide, guys, what you think. Do you think it's real, or it's just a hoax, or just a story? Let me know in the comment section. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it. Share it with your friends and with your family. And until next time, yo, bye bye.